Okay, hi. My name's D.B. Mangum. I'm a professional storyteller, so I'm kind of an entertainer, and I'm 55 years old and I've been a musician most of my life. I play guitar, blues guitar, jazz guitar. I was in rock and roll bands in the 80s. Love to perform. And here's my premise. I've started a new adventure, and what I want to do is document my progress based on some theories that I've come up with, and I want to share them with you. And included in this journey will be my advice on taking lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons, any kind of music lessons, in this case banjo lessons. I'm going to learn to play the banjo. And here's why. So I've discovered over my life that you learn to play an instrument, and if you're among those who want to perform for other people, you find out that people don't care. You practice, you practice, you practice. On guitar right now I'm way out of practice, but when I had my abilities, really sharpened and finely honed, you go out and perform and people don't care. They just want to hear music. People want to hear a song. They want to hear a song that they like. And so I thought about all of the years. I taught guitar lessons for like 30 years. Started when I was 14 years old. I would teach theory and I would teach ability and I'd teach technique. And people would learn to play the guitar with no intention of ever singing. And yet a song is something that you sing, it's lyrics. Now I can't sing. That's going to be part of my journey, and I have my doubts as to whether or not I can learn to sing. But I'm going to force myself to sing for these exercises. So what happened to me, just to quickly share my story, why I'm doing this. So I was working on a task on my computer one day, and I just wanted some background music, and I was searching YouTube for some songs that I might like to hear, and I found some old episodes of Hee Haw. And I thought, oh cool, Hee Haw. I remember as a kid I'd watch Hee Haw, and I put them on, and I started to think, holy cow, there's some fun old hillbilly / bluegrass / folk songs that I really liked. And I noticed something, that some of the players playing the banjo were playing three-finger Scruggs style picking, very focused, just like I was on jazz guitar, looking at their banjo, and they played very serious, like as Roy Clark put it, sounds like they've got 20 fingers on each hand. And yet then there were other banjo players like Grandpa Jones and String Bean who were clawhammer playing, and it was very compelling, it was very entertaining, a whole different type of banjo playing that was very enjoyable. And I thought, oh, I can do that. Now here's why I would even care. When I was in high school, my parents bought me a banjo. This is like a pawn shop quality banjo. It's a Korean banjo. I looked it up. It's called a global banjo. It's got a nice eagle on the resonator. It won't stay in tune. I just tuned it. It's a hot day. I'm going to play this song right now and it'll be out of tune, but it's the best I can. So part of my journey that I'm going to document, I'm going to buy a nicer banjo, a mid-range banjo, because I think I'd like to have one, and we'll do a video about that. But in the meantime, this is what I'm going to do. I dug out this banjo, and then I started doing a search for fun songs that I thought would be fun to learn. And I found a whole list of songs that I thought would be fun to play. Now, as I did some searching in banjo stores, well, we're going to go look and buy me a new banjo, I got into an argument with people, salespeople and customers in each store. There seems to be this feeling among a lot of people who learn to play a musical instrument. They just want to sit on their bed and play a musical instrument. They don't want to play for anybody. And that's fine. I'm not going to try to sell you on the idea of performing. But if I'm going to learn to play an instrument, I want to perform for somebody. I want to play it for somebody. So, and we'll talk more about that in later videos. So I started collecting these songs, and I started watching YouTube videos about clawhammer style banjo playing, and I started practicing, and I'm making this video when I'm at a point where I can kind of start to keep it rolling now, keep that sound going sometimes. And so this song will be flawed, but there's a point I'm trying to make. So as I practice these songs, I realized again that they're not songs if I'm not singing, and I can't perform if I'm not singing. I need to challenge my assumption that I can't sing and see if I can learn. When you learn to play the guitar, there'll be this book, instruction book, technique book. And one of the first songs in that book will always be Worried Man Blues. And you learn to play it and you think, well, this song stinks. And why are they teaching me this? Well, it's a very traditional song for guitar and banjo. And so you learn it, okay, it's depressing, it stinks. But you learn to play Worried Man Blues. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start there where I took my students, and I'm going to learn to play Worried Man Blues on the banjo. And I'm not there yet, but I want to document what I'm learning so that you can see my steps as I'm past the stumbling part and I'm into the staggering part. So this is me documenting what my voice and banjo playing sound like so that I can compare it when I get a real banjo that hasn't been in a closet for 40 years. And I've practiced singing and I've practiced banjo playing. So this is what I've come up with so far. You ready? This is so embarrassing. This is somebody who can't play the banjo yet and never thought he could sing. You can't find any documentation anywhere that I've ever sung a song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, I won't be worried long. I live across the river and I lay down to sleep. Oh, I went down the river and I lay down to sleep. Oh, I went across the river and I lay down to sleep. When I woke up, shackles on my feet. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I asked Judge, what might be my fine? I asked Judge, what might be my fine? I asked Judge, 21 years, Rocky Mountain Line. No chorus, I'm just going to do a couple verses. 29 links of chain around my feet. 29 links of chain around my feet. 29 links of chain around my legs. Links around my legs, and on each link, initial of my name. Really hard to think of the words and sing and do the banjo at the same time. It's hard. Train that I ride, 16 coaches long. The train that I ride, 16 coaches long. The train that I ride, 16 coaches long. On that train, the girl I love is on that train gone. Anyone asks you who composed this song? If anyone asks you who composed this song? If anyone asks you who composed this song? And I sing it all day long. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. It takes Worried Man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Okay, I don't know if my voice, if I can ever do this. I'm going to keep trying. There'll be other songs. Now, the problems I already see, besides syncopation and rhythm and coordination, being able to sing the words, remember the words, and play the instrument at the same time. I'm anchoring as if I'm playing the guitar. My hand isn't free as I'm trying to claw hammer. So those are some things I'm going to work on. Any other points, please share them. I can take it. And don't just say I suck. I know I suck. But, if you've got banjo playing and singing tips, let's figure this out together. Let's get somebody playing the banjo and singing songs for real. This is the start of my journey. We'll see what the next video brings. Ha ha!